And there we go. We should be live, hopefully. Had some bugs with streaming software on the other channel, so we'll see if it's actually working here. No telling for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick things off. We're going to be doing Act 4 today. Probably a bit of Act 5 if I had to guess, depending on our luck. If we get a bunch of gloams, it might go a little bit slower. So that's just kind of where we're at. And seeing if we can get a better belt base, like, say, a plated belt in here. Doubtful. Yeah, we're not. How's it going, Christopher? Hopefully you are doing well. Hey, Hugin. Yeah, we're just gonna take it chill. I've renamed the stream series to something else. Oh, hey, thank you for repeating yourself, stream element. Yes, I am going to be setting that up. Currently it has Bupkis in it, but we'll be fine. Oh, wow, we got it, like, right off the gate. Sweet. Maybe we'll actually have good luck. Now, in between each of these, I have done literally one Countess run in between each one right before the stream just to warm up. So, let's just keep on trucking and hopefully not get too many gloams. I mean, we can survive them fairly well in normal. You guys are fire resistant, unfortunately. So, yeah, we're going to have to deal with them with a little bit of mercenary help. Hey, and we do have gloams. Thankfully, we motorized them. We will eventually upgrade our potions to greater and super and all that fun stuff as well. One nice thing about traps is I don't have to aim, so they just do my job for me. Gloams are definitely my favorite enemy, without a doubt. It's completely the best enemy in the game. You're not getting the gems I was hoping for. I want some sapphires, because I happen to get a mechanic's helmet from Mr. Happy in town. But he is... It's got just plus energy on it. It's nothing fancy. It's just I want more mana. Hey, and there's our level up. Sweet. And yes, I will be putting 2 points into fire skills still, simply because they're going to be a bit better. This is the only act where we're going to have a little bit of struggle with them. But anyhoozle, if you guys have any special commands you want for the bot, be sure to mention them and I'll write them down. For the most part, it's base right now. I like Last of Us. I actually have not played it. I know that's kind of a strange thing. I do intend to eventually play it. It's just I haven't played it yet. Let's go ahead and take the little ones. Little potions, that is. We could put those in. Get some more life. And yes, I know oh, I forgot to put it into strength. I need strength for the helmet I got, because it's a freaking horny helmet. Horny helmet. We are going to have that maxed out before normal ends, which is going to be nice. Been enjoying martial arts. Martial arts is going to be a lot of fun whenever we have all the stuff for it. I already have most of the video written for it. I just don't have a solution to the problem, so I haven't posted it. Because I have to integrate that into it for it to feel like, you know, proper. And no, the broadsword is not worth picking up. We see some gray kite shields, though. I do need to pick those up, because I'm looking for a base for brain fart. Ancient's Pledge. So if you see one that I miss, holler at me.
I need mana.
Give me skill points. And if memory serves, the winner of the poll last time was, yes, respec in Nightmare. So we might actually end up respecing in Nightmare. Slave to polls, but I generally do listen to them. It was super close. It was like 50-something% versus 40-something%. I wanted it to be a bit more decisive. But unfortunately, that's just a reality of internet polls. People try to balance them for some reason.
Mana.
Thankfully, we do actually have okay lightning rates for normal. Once we start getting into the higher difficulty where they actually do some damage, it's gonna suck a little bit. Hey, Iswal.
I need mana.
Oh, he got me. No. Yeah, he's just a jerk.
Not enough mana.
We could speed this up by doing grenades. Yes, I am aware of this, but fine. You can see it's not a ton of damage and just kind of annoying. And no, I don't care if Mercenary dies.
I need
I have
mana.
plenty of money to bring him back. Yeah, martial arts is one of those that it is definitely overtuned with the right gear, but it's a full investment overtune, unlike the Dragon Den, which was literally just like you didn't have to pay attention to what you were doing, and you could also hybridize it into pretty much any number of other things. Hi, Izzy. Izzy Wizzy Wuzzy.
Corruption.
Was he fuzzy, Izzy
take
Wuzzy?
flight.
On Chingus. Oh, Jabroni. I forgot. We swapped out. But yeah, I got this. I put the ruby in there. We'll see. I might not even end up using it. So let's go there. Yay! Almost at 100 damage. Not that important, but it's okay. And sorry for like the random hours that I've been streaming. It's just how life is right now. And I do have to like restrict it to the 2 hours so I can get up and do my stretches. I might do like 2 hour then stream again kind of thing, or put up a BRB screen. Maybe try out that stupid ad button that I don't like pressing. I'm not a big person on running ads unless absolutely necessary, or I know that people could put ad on ad block. I don't know if ad block works very well against the in-stream YouTube ads. Go ahead and dump these in there. This is not going to help much, unfortunately, because the thing we need strength for is the thing with holes in it. Okay. Plains of Dispor. We're okay on potions for now. We can go back whenever we find the waypoint for Lost City. Yeah, Lost City. I am going to run over here. So anybody having fun on the ladder currently? Anybody making any progress on the ladder? I know that technically I should be, but I know you're a Diablo 2 creator and you're not chasing the freaking ladder? No, I'm not. Really, I'm not. I don't feel compelled to chase ladder. I don't know why. The assassin was pretty much the only interesting change in this patch. There was, like, if we can get the sorceress change working, that'll be an interesting return to an old build, but not quite as far as it was before. Back in the day, it was amazing because you could just load up on an inventory of fire small charms and you'd have a massive explosion radius. But you don't have that anymore, so it doesn't quite overlap as much as it used to. And yeah, the whole goal of this playthrough is literally just to make it so that's basically something that's going to be easy for people to repeat, and how you should actually play as a new player rather than rushing to the end game and finding out there is no end game.
Not enough mana.
Also, it makes it easy so I don't have to like push myself super hard to nuke everything as fast as possible. Although I do get reckless a lot. Just how it is.
I need mana.
Go ahead and check out the charms, because we really have not been getting much in the way of, like, good charms. Hey, finally some resist charms. Go ahead and we'll just dump that in there. Fine. But yeah, for the most part, normal difficulty with this build is going to be super relaxing. Nightmare is going to be not necessarily stressful, but it's going to be like a start of just getting there. Okay, though. It's not the end of the world. Hell will be a little bit more difficult, especially if we don't get an rune in Nightmare. Just because of how it is, but we should still be okay. Whether we respec or not. It should still be fun. I have to be careful not to like over spam my skills. That is one thing that I am doing because I'm still used to playing with like insight and stuff like that, which we will be getting in Nightmare. That will help out a ton. But, and no, we're probably not going to get Infinity on the ladder. That's not something that you get unless you're really pushing for it during a ladder season. I do hope that Season 4 actually has some interesting stuff, but it is worth noting we will be doing Diablo 4. I decided in the end we will be doing Diablo 4. I might do some other Diablo stuff between now and then because we still have until March 17th, which is about a month away, to actually lead up to it. So I might do like a playthrough of all 3 Diablos between now and then, just to kind of lead into the beta so we can actually just go straight into
I need mana.
Diablo 4 just like from those. It's not necessarily the best thing from a content production standpoint, but it'll be fine. Hopefully people will enjoy it. Question is, what class should I play? Because I already did the Amazon playthrough. Not the Amazon, the Rogue playthrough. Oh, I know I called her Amazon because Gablin called her Amazon, streaming on his channel. Speaking of which, I might have him come with whenever we're doing Diablo 3. We'll see if he wants to. But no guarantees. Mana recharge shrine, sure. Save me on some mana points. Watch us like not even run into that many enemies now. Be just about on par with luck. Although no, we're doing okay on it. There's our stairs. There's our waypoint. I completely... Oh yeah, I was going to refresh my potions before we go down. Hey, Jamela.
Hail to you, champion.
I have some potions, please. As opposed to papers. It's just one of those things. Okay, so there's all of our potions. Let's get rid of those. Okay, we're chill. I already know that there's people on the ladder who are running dual mosaics, all that fun stuff. It's gonna be fun. I'm not hitting 99 against them. They're already lagging people out too, is the bad thing. So they need to actually work on that. I have not been able to reproduce it. I have literally gone into single player and gone heavy meteor, which is the main culprit, and it doesn't do anything. But I have you can tell up here, I have it frame capped. I do 60 FPS flat, lock it in place, and that's might be part of the reason why I'm not getting the issues. But I could be wrong. It varies.
Not enough
And I should be keeping to pick up these amethysts because we might need to try some caster amulets later on.
Not enough mana.
And for the most part, I am killing a lot of things just because I want the XP. We're currently only level 23. We're technically under-leveled. You can sort of tell that by looking at... Oh, we got an exceptional. You can sort of tell that by what Brotley and them have in their inventory shopping. And no, I'm not picking up like Falcon Mask and stuff like that because I have zero interest in trading. At least competitive stuff has remote interest for me. Nothing there. But trading is just arduous. Which is ironic because I played Eve for a while. But in that I can just load something onto the market, and if it sells, it sells. If not, fine.
Not enough mana.
But here you have to like, oh, I want to trade this. I'm got to be online at this hour. So if you guys see anything you want on the ground, holler at me and I will go drop it in a public game. But I am not going out of my way to trade for things. This is just do it solo self-found. Which is actually a lot more fun for me. It keeps the puzzle going. Which is part of the fun of the game, is figuring out how you're going to get through the game with what you find. Obviously, killing these guys in single player going to take a little bit longer, a little bit more traps, because they have more life. You seriously?
Not enough mana.
Here. Drink mana potion, we're going to grenade you, because you are stuck in the terrain. Go out of your misery. And once we start... Hey, there's another sapphire. We're starting to get them. Go away. But yeah, I'm not in a big old rush. Okay, there's where we need to end up. Now to find Mr. Hiratsu. Hefatso. Hefasto. Is it Hefasto or Hefatso? I actually should pay attention to that. You'd think after however many decades of playing this game I'd have that memorized, but no. my brain, it is moosh. Hence why my commentary is moosh too. Yeah, one of the things that's kind of interesting about Diablo 2 for me is that, like, the balance during 1.0 and stuff like that, all the way up through Lord of Destruction, the game balance actually was not bad.
I need mana.
I think the attempts to make hell more difficult just because to appease people who wanted it more difficult, which I can understand. I can understand the desire for a more difficult game. But it kind of ruined the equipment flow of the game. So you ended up with a situation where you had... Head and drink. Mana potion. Oh, we need to... Still. We'll even grab a healing potion when it drops up here. But I think the attempt to make it just more difficult kind of threw the balance off and made it so that you didn't end up with the ability to just kind of go through the game with what you found as easily. Because hell can be a nightmare if you actually don't get decent gear. Or if you don't know how to farm for specific gear. So I do understand that. Although, that said, I don't mind the higher difficulty. I know the puzzle, so I can solve the puzzle. But if you don't,
not enough mana.
Cause some problems. I think that is enough mana. We have plenty of it. It's all in my belt. I have to say, I do actually like the fact that we can drink potions fast. 2, 3. Just play a caster and the game becomes easy? To an extent, yes. To an extent. I would say it doesn't blanket apply because you have immunities. So if you don't know how to play the game super well and know how to teleport through areas without getting completely murked, then you may run into issues. And how's it going, Father Howie? Okay, so we got a skill point. I'm going to keep going into Wake of Fire. I'm going to get that maxed out, even though chances are when we get to Nightmare it won't be much. Although Act 1 with it is not that bad. I'm doing it easy route. Okay, strength-wise, we would need 63 for that. I don't think we're going to get it before we end up with an Ort. I mean, not an Ort, a Soul. Hey, Dingus, identify. 15 mana and requirements minus 15%. Well, I have a feeling we're going to do those two in this helmet, just for mana, if we don't get a soul relatively soon. We're saving this for Ort Soul. We'll do this for just extra energy and crap. So dump those in there. Got perfect ruby as well. That would be some decent life, but not concerned about. And this is for Rowlort Tal if we decide to go that route. I wasn't able to get a good kite shield from her, so it is what it is. Let's drink those, and we'll top those off with real healing potions. Opposed to this fake crap that we've been drinking. Stop drinking our Kool-Aid. Because now we get to go fight Diablo. It was relatively easy. I always forget just how quick this act goes by. We've literally been in here 20 minutes, and it's like, okay, we're almost done with the act. I wish it was a longer act. I wish we had access to some of the stuff that they were planning before they got rushed out the door. But they never went back and finished it, even for the expansion, unfortunately.
I need mana.
Yeah, I am dropping the traps over there actually for experience, because it'll kill stuff while I'm moving along. I don't have to think about jack squat. Whereas these guys are going to get irritated because they're going to make me chug mana more often. Not a big deal. What's stopping them from going back now? You think it was planned this way to begin with? I don't think Act 4 was planned to be this way originally. But what's stopping them is they don't want people going into like full-on lynch mob mentality, unfortunately. Which is sadly what happens whenever they changed my game. People get very, very mad about it. Personally, I don't mind as much. I can always go back and play Lord of Destruction. But the reason I'm pretty sure there was more intended for Act 4 is there's actually voice lines recorded in the files. That's not true of any other act. There are some that were knocked out for being not PC or proper or against kind of company guidelines, I guess would be what you'd refer to it as. But they weren't like quest dialogues or interaction dialogues after what you would assume would be a quest. Because Jamila has young and old versions, for example. So I have a feeling they meant for them to age or something like that as possibly a conclusion to the game, even. Could have even been some post-game stuff planned now that I think about it, because that would be a good way to do it. Like, have the game go, and 10 years later, blah, 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 here's post-game stuff. And for that, you would want an older sounding voice. Come on, there you go. I am positioning my traps poorly. It's not that big of a deal. Is that going to be... Nope. I was wondering if I could make an edge. Which I know is not necessarily the smartest thing to do. It makes it kind of not really fulfill its purpose. But edge bow is just the edgelord bow. And it makes me happy to make those stupid jokes. Lordy. Let's go ahead and load them. But for the most part, we don't even actually see most of our enemies with this build whenever we're doing it right. And I do need to check if there's because I keep hearing that there's a bug with Hydra, and I haven't actually tested it to make sure. That's going to be on my list of things that I should probably be doing as well. Enemies. And these guys are going to be super easy on this difficulty, but they're going to be a pain in the ass in hell. Yeah, I get it. Your mana burn. Oh yeah, he is fire immune. Go, get him. There you go, mercenary. Let's see. He's not going to hurt the mercenary very much. I can go ahead and run away from his nonsense missile. Because he does not have any kind of mana, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Thank you, mercenary. Grab the healing potion. Should we heal you? Probably. And you're going to die if we don't. You're getting replaced in one act, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. We just don't need to tell him that he's getting replaced. He's an expendable mercenary. Hey, we got Angelic. Probably the worst part of Angelic, but if you use it early on for a Fire Zealot, it's actually really good. Just get an Angelic Ring and an Angelic Saber. Relatively quick. Your fire damage is going to be hitting pretty much all the time because you have all the attack rating boost from it. Really not bad. It's one of those like super budget options that you sometimes keep around. But I don't plan on running a paladin, so I'm not going to care about it. If they add something interesting to paladin, I'll run something interesting on paladin. Get you going. Go. Oh, if this is Angelic, I'll go back and pick up the saber. God damn it, I'll go pick it up. Like, here, have this. Oh, I really use it. And I'm so glad that immunities are pretty rare in this difficult. Ow. Die. Let's see, where was it? There it is. For those of you who are wondering, let's go ahead and just throw it on there. Yay! Plus attack rating. I mean, it's not a bad ring to begin with. In fact, I think I will use it instead of the mana per kill one because they're mostly traps. But yeah, you can do pretty decent attack rating because it's based on level and it's a decent chunk. And it's not a terribly slow weapon. So you run that, Zeal, max out just Holy Fire to out the wazoo, and you're good to go for pretty much now and all eternity until Nightmare at least. And yeah, Saigon plus Angelic is a pretty solid combo. Especially early on. It'll get you some of those low-level uniques a lot easier. Like Torch of Iro, Rick that's Keen, stuff like that. Become a lot easier to farm with that. Did I hit the one up here? No. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Not
Traps.
enough mana.
Hey, Logan, how's it going? Okay, mercenary might attract them. We'll see. But yeah, these guys are... Oh, there he is. He finally came down to me. Mercenary's gonna die to him, most likely, if I had to guess.
Not enough mana.
Oh, spectral hit. Nice. But yeah, this is pretty much just the Trapsin strategy, run in circles. While your traps do all the work. And while you're kind of lagging a little bit, he will keep hitting you. Because you're not standing where you think you're standing. Not even death can save you from...
Not even death can save you from me.
Do we have to see Diablo to kill him? Probably not.
I need mana.
Been playing a martial arts, but now you're in hell without mosaics. It's super hard as a glass cannon. Yeah. I mean, martial arts without mosaic is the same as it was before. Except now you can actually get plus damage on it.
I need mana.
He ran away. Where did you run off to? There you are.
I need mana.
Come on, Diablo. We don't need to be that close. And weirdly enough, I always find Diablo harder on normal than on any other difficulty.
I need mana.
He really keeps running away from it. There he is. This is the laziest way to kill him, by the way. Diablo is just a large puppy.
Not enough mana.
Not wrong. He never actually... I don't think he actually ever speaks in this game, except for the not even death will save you from me. Outside of his human form. Because after he transforms and goes in the portal, he just graw at you. On Diablo. Don't run away from me. I'm the only one that gets to run away here. With lightning, you can usually set it up where he'll just die off. Hey, we got another Eisenhart's part.
A hero's mistake.
Oddly enough, we've gotten the harder to find Eisenhart's parts. The sword and the armor are the easy parts to find. Which is kind of funny to me. We'll check out this Gothic shield. And none of the rest of that interests me, but we'll check out the Gothic shield. Maybe it'll be better than what we were planning on making.
Hail to you, champion.
No telling for sure. But yeah, I do need to work more on the videos as well. I have been a bit behind on those. So do we resurrect Dingus? Yeah, we'll take the stuff off Jabroni here. Hold any button to skip. Hold any button to skip. The 2 cinematics. Like, I'm going to crack open a water so I don't end up with chapped throat and frogs all to go. Now, this is when we're going to start getting a lot of levels, because this is freaking Act 5.
Good afternoon.
As soon as we hit 25, we're no longer getting the penalties. Let's see. Nah. I was looking at that socket thinking, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, you can throw junk on pretty much all of your characters and be fine. Oh yeah, we need to rescue them before we can do stuff like that. Which one of these is better? Lightning resist or cold resist? We can actually get this to be better than this. We're going to stick with that.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
And I forget if he'll have this. I don't think he has the strength. No, he doesn't. He has 56. He's got a ways to go, which we can actually solve. Hey, buddy. Let's see. Yeah, they'll put him right at.
I'll put that to good use.
Ta-da! Now he's got 2 parts Eisenharts. He's got more resists from stuff. So he should be fine. Eisenharts is the only full set that the Act 3 mercenary can equip, that, if memory serves, so. And I still highly doubt we'll actually get to that helmet before we get a soul rune. But I don't mind wasting stuff on it to make kind of fun things. Looking for possibly better things, because we could use another slot in our belt. Unfortunately, we're not getting it, probably.
Afternoon.
Pretty you guys. That is still pretty nice armor. It's might actually serve us a little bit better than this in Nightmare, but I'm not terribly attached to it. I prefer stealth for the run walk. Gets me out of trouble faster. But if you're having trouble dying to things, definitely pick that. He'll give us a Rowlort Towel whenever we rescue his little friends, and he'll give us access to Act 5 mercenaries.
You'll pay for your atrocities, Bale.
Now, should we collect barbarians? I mean, they're not terribly tanky, they're not terribly useful, but we can collect them. Bring them with us. If they can figure out pathfinding. This guy, not doing so well. That guy, definitely not doing so well. Because I think they just randomly choose when they're going to go left or right.
I need mana.
One of those things. So they'll get stuck on terrain like this pretty easily. Unless they have a target to fight like that guy did, because of course they're going to charge after them. Their pathfinding is atrocious.
I need mana.
Get him! Sick him, boy! Yeah. Normal difficulty, once you get the mechanics down, is relatively easy to do. I know a lot of people struggle with their first time playing through because you don't know the mechanics. You don't know what you're expecting to deal with, especially if you didn't check on any guides.
I need mana.
Die, you fools. Ah. Yeah, once we hit 25, I mean, you'll see our XP bar moving relatively swiftly here just by killing things. But once we hit 25, that'll smooth out a lot because we no longer get the XP penalty. I want it away from that shield in the ground. Because that will... Actually, it didn't block it. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that one would block it, but you never know. It might have just been positioned just right. I might have accidentally been good. I know the mechanics. That doesn't mean I am a high APM master player. Just a relaxed player these days, because that makes life easier on me. Hopefully it makes life easier on you guys, too. I guess I'm just looking at something real quick. I'm gonna do a little experiment real quick. Give me just one moment, alt tabbed out. There we go. I'm doing a live experiment right now. Most of you won't see it. New people will.
I need mana.
I changed the title of the stream just as an experiment. If it breaks the stream, I'm sorry. I don't think it will. Because I'm pretty sure the stream connection thingy for it is not based on the title. Extra gold for monsters. Extra gold for me whenever I sell that shit. One on either side. Yeah, with this, you want to think about the shape of it, because it's just going to be the wedge constantly. I could be using my grenades. My grenades are actually up to decent damage for the mana cost and this difficulty. Don't ever, sleep on them if you're ever wanting to go faster. Gotta go Sanic fast. Because they actually do get up to decent damage even with crap gear. What I would like right now is a mantled heal, oddly enough. Because that would actually give me a little bit of mana regen. I mean, sorry, a little bit of life regen and a few other good stats. Sorry, I have mana on the mind, because I almost tried to turn that into that song. Got mind on my mana and mana on my mind. But I am dating myself with that. Okay, almost there. Should see Mr. Happy up here, unfortunately. We're not going to get him after the level up. We're getting in before. Hey, Shank. The Underseer. If we kill a couple more, we'll get that level up.
Shank, your command has ended. I need mana.
Yes, you do need. I need to identify this belt while you're getting it. Why can I not? Come on. There you go. We are a mouse fart away from a level. Give me that level. There you go. And potentially a resist charm. Nope, strength. Which would be semi-helpful, but not sure whether it's slot helpful. Those can go up to +6. But I don't think... I'm trying to remember when they can start dropping. They might be able to drop here with +6. It's close. So we want that. Okay, now we can equip that if we have the plus strength thing in there. So what do we want in there? Oh yeah, we're going to put these. 15 mana require... Nah, we don't need the minus requirements. We'd go cold resist. Would not be a bad thing to have going into Nightmare. Or we can just go straight up. More mana! And just boost our mana cap and our mana regen. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just go straight mana. There we go. 7 energy, 55 mana. Boosts up to 157, which is about 10 traps. A little bit more.
At your service.
Get rid of you. That's not going to be worth it. You keep our helmet equipped, unfortunately, so you're staying with us for now. And tree-wise, more Wake of Fire. We should be going lightning, honestly, at this point if we're not resetting, but chances are we will reset. So. And I'll keep that minus requirements things for if we do a second build. Mosaic is definitely something you would have had to trade to get, by the way, by now. Not going to be something you're just going to find in 3 or 4 days. 3 days. Really only been 3 days since the bloody has. My sense of time is completely jacked right now. It feels like it's been longer since the ladder release than it has been. And yes, I'm going to rescue the barbarians because I want a barbarian for going through the end of this. And it fits in the just relaxing pace that I'm trying to keep. Now I need to get these guys out of the way. There you go. There's one group of them. Sharptooth, die, please. Thank you. What the hell? No bloody mana potions from his ass. Okay, so we've got a vertical setup. That means we need to check this way. Vertical being this way, horizontal being. Mainly, we just want to check where the prisons would be. They'll sometimes drop in pairs on a row. Because there's usually 2 that are relatively close to each other. You have a gap between them, and then you have the third. Usually. There's always exceptions. Like super rare spawn patterns and stuff like that. There's important for us. There's another group of them. Boop. Run away! I always feel Monty Python-esque whenever I'm telling them to run away. But that's fine. So as far as the kick assassin go to, I don't think it's going to be one of those that... I mean, yeah, the people who are able to get the parts for it early on are going to just have a hell of a great time on this ladder, because it's going to be relatively broken, but I don't think it's going to be one of those things where you can reliably do it every reset unless you are like just going straight through JSP or something like that for your items. Which in my opinion kind of ruins the fun. I know if you're competing for level 99 you don't care about fun, but it is what it is. I shouldn't say it that way, but I do anyway. Because even just the act of grinding to 99 is arduous as hell. I know we're fighting Diablo and the denizens of hell, but it's arduous as hell. What did I pick up? I do not need bolts. I wasn't paying attention to where I was walking. Sorry. Deal with it. I should probably be streaming earlier in the day from lookups, because my experiment did not do anything. This is too far up. We have missed a prison. Okay, so it could be there. Could be there. So let's just run down there and grab it, killing off the stupid spawn portals. These are kind of what I wish they'd put in Terra zones. Except make them red portals instead that you can't kill. Because that would be far more entertaining to me than just going through and killing the same thing that I normally do. I can do that any other day of the week. If you have waves spawning in, oh my god. Make it like a tower defense. That would be fine too.
Follow me.
Okay. So they're gone. We'll go in and get our reward later on. Still sad we haven't gotten a soul rune. How are we looking on mana potions? Not bad. I know that I should be just keeping it crammed, but I like to pick stuff up and see what I got. Makes me happy on the inside. Hey, Jabroni. Thank you for finally catching up. He was just hanging out down there, just fighting something else, I guess. Ooh, lag. Lag. Teleport and a half. Anywho's, we're going to just run through this area. Let's see if it's vertical or horizontal as well. Use this. Looks like it's going to be a vertical. Nope, it's a horizontal. Like it looked like vertical for a while. Gotta just bust our way through. But this area, enemies are going to be relatively spread out, so it's like not really that important for me to farm everything in it. Really am surprised we're getting as many waypoints as we are. That's kind of actually bad luck, not good luck. Because that means that we're not just zipping straight to the end of the areas. Oh yeah, you need to be on Act 5. Yep. Free XP, they're all bundled in there, might as well. And yeah, if I pay more attention to the map, I know that I'm actually not supposed to go that path. Let's see. There we go. Thresh socket. I'm surprised we haven't gotten, like, the rail stream of these. Because if you position them weirdly in certain situations, they'll actually shoot just a straight beam of fire. It's as opposed to, like, Inferno. But yeah, it's fine. Easy enough to get through these areas. I might be doing some streaming of other games. I don't know whether I'm going to do them on channel or on another channel. But if I do the full playthrough of all the Diablo games before the early access stuff for Diablo 4, I'll definitely stream them on. Just because I find them more fun. And you guys are more likely to be interested in Diablo than other games, as of what the channel is known for. Despite the fact that this channel actually started out as a shoutcasting channel, then a Let's Play channel, and then became a Diablo channel. I have a hard time sticking to one thing, don't I? And I have been working on video essays, I just haven't finished it.
Not enough mana.
One of them being games is a disservice, because I am going to still rant about that despite the fact that I'm going to be playing Diablo. Evil Earns, hi. Free XP, even better. We are actually going to go Strength again, just so we don't need to keep that Charm. Because I'd rather have that inventory space. Only time you really need to go straight into the Charms is whenever you're doing min-maxing for stats. We'll go this way. It should be open. As you can see, just chugging along. Every single kill is moving us along because we're past that level 25 point. Is wunderbar. And these, not a huge threat. Honestly, none of the succubi are that big of a threat for the assassin, because we're not super high mana, and we don't end up with the mana curse. And we're not super prone to amp damage because we're ranged. So it just works out well. Ow. God, that hurt. That's why I need to do stretches. Shifted in my chair, back popped. Oh, goodness. Ah, you're staying over the water, you bastards. Yeah, normal, this is not a threatening area, because, frankly, all we have are just super basic stuff to deal with.
Not enough mana.
But I do want their XP. And no, we don't need to pick up claws in normal because, well, unfortunately, you can't get plus skills on claws until Nightmare. Until Nightmare Claws, that is. The mid-Nightmare Claws are the beginning of the start spawn of it, and all Hell Claws can spawn it. And I think, if I remember correctly, this is a one. We could take Dragonflight to make life easier for, like, movement and stuff, but there's no real big sense in it. I do need to remember to pick up a decent healing potion whenever we get another boss pack. Because I have used one. And they should drop a super heal. And you should generally drop it across the river as well, just to get the free XP. See? Free XP down there. Never give up on free XP. What build am I going for? We're just doing a basic trap assassin for now, because I can't guarantee that I'll get Mosaic. Because I'm mostly solo self-found. And we're just doing it chill. Late ladder start, might as well do chill stuff. Hopefully it's going alright, Cypher. Yeah, Trapsin is one of the best starter classes, and it was even before the changes. They have not incorporated the changes to single player, unfortunately, for the Trapsin, but otherwise I would have a build video on that too. That was like the first thing I tested. Like, hey, not in single player. Go ahead and pop that evil urn if we can, please. Please? Come on. I clicked on it about 7 times. A little full there. I should probably stop picking up mana potions for a little bit. So you have any classes that you're going for this season, or are you just taking it chill as well? I just find it more fun to go chill, so fight me if you don't. I'll probably eventually be doing power runs and stuff like that at the end. And, of course, Terra Zones. My luck with getting the Sunder Charms in single player is not anywhere near as much as it is for other YouTubers and other streamers, so I'm kind of confused on that one. Like, I got it on the first pack I killed. I have run through Terra Zones several times now. Haven't.
Not enough mana.
I still have the ones that we used from 2.5 we just imported, but I would like to find some so I can actually have those in my legit library. Just been doing single player without mods. Yeah, that's generally what I play. I don't need to compete to have fun with the game. I just want to try out different builds, enjoy different aspects of the mechanics and stuff like that. It brings me joy. Marie Kondo's the game for me. Let's see. Come on, die.
I need mana.
Let's let them die off in the distance. Oh, you got to my mercenary. Sweet. You didn't get to even kill him. You performed worse than Iswal.
Hero.
Elithak did this to me, and I'm gonna waste my town portals on it. This is one of those quests where it's like, I probably would have ordered it differently if I was designing it, because you literally just do that. You just walk in, and it just does its thing, and it's like, okay. You just wasted 2 town portals on me. There are little things like that that can be kind of meh. Am I going to try Diablo 4? Yes. I finally gave in. Like, okay, I'll do it. I am sure Diablo 4 is going to be an okay game. It's going to be okay. Diablo Immortal was an okay game with a bunch of microtransactions latched onto it, so that kind of should tell you where my mindset is on it. I think it will be fun to play, but I'm tentatively just going to be like, I'm not entirely sure I'm going to love some of the stuff associated with this. What did we get from her as far as claws go? Garbage.
Can I help you?
Let's see. Magic Find on boots instead of resist? No. Go through with this. You'll find plenty without Magic Find. A little bit of Magic Find is nice, and we have some, but we don't have a ton. It's just, I don't get the people who are like super, super, super hyped about it, and I don't get the people who are just saying, it's gonna be garbage. Chances are, Blizzard's pedigree, as flawed as Blizzard is in many aspects,
Afternoon.
it will be a decent enough game. It may be oversimplified, but it's going to be a decent enough game. Not going to make me hate life. Yep, I'm just going to try it and not pay anything for the extras. Yep.
Afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not buying a battle pass or any shit like that. Pardon my French there, but there is 0 point to a battle pass on a full, actually it's more than full price game, on a overpriced game. Is just kind of like, Okay, I need to unequip Dingus here. Let's see, what do we want as far as mercenary? I think we want to go with... It's kind of actually a toss-up, because this one can actually do a lot of good for us as well. You did $5 on Immortal, and that's about how much it was worth, so it wasn't too bad. I did 0 on Immortal. I got to the point where they were just hard blocking level blocks, and I went through a few of them, but I didn't end up doing like legendary farming or anything like that, because frankly, screw that. What am I doing the post game in that for? I go through the story and nothing else really. Let's go with. Let's just go by name. It's Sigmund Freud. A wolf. Sure, we'll go wolf. Why not?
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
You gave up at 54? Understandable. We're slowly building up Eisenharts out the wazoo. There we go. Yeah, it's not in a kite shield, but it'll work. So whenever we get a spirit, we'll actually have resists in hell. Sorry, in nightmare. I don't know why I keep mixing things up. My brain is foggy. Okay, let's see. Anything good in here? Not really. So do we want to bother with Nilithak? Ugh, not really. I can do them. We'll see how long the stream goes. If we have time at the end, I'll go do them. Till then, we're going forward. Because I have very little love for the Nilithak quest. The only reason to go there is keys. That's literally the only thing he's farmed for. His quest is kind of pointless. Although if they end up taking my suggestion, they'll actually make it useful. Because my suggestion was to make the Nilithak quest and the Gidbin actually have functionality for stacking runes and gems. So you generally want to do them at least by the end of hell. If not, just do them in normal.
I need mana.
But yeah, it would just be nice for them to give you like a one-slot item that you can just stack a bunch of runes and gems into. Another thought I had on that was maybe make them so that they act like charms. Based on what runes are in there. Up to a certain limit, of course. You're not going to be stacking like 95 bears in one thing, but still. Because then you'd have a reason for people to hoard up L runes and all that kind of stuff. If you had, like, say, a cap of maybe like 30 of each rune in there, and it would give you a small boost for each one.
I need mana.
Or 25%. I need to turn Stream Elements timer down. It is being obnoxious. I will go do that just real quick. It was just an experiment to see if it would actually work. That one's turned off. Thank you. Sorry for the annoyance there. Now if I can get back to my stream. Nope, live dashboard. You're the worst rune hoarder. I actually still have not transferred all of the runes I had in Lord of Destruction over to freaking Resurrected simply because I had so many. I used Gomule and thousands. So, yeah, I can relate to being a rune hoarder. Of course, I have multiple Zods, but that's just because I've played for, like, ever. Sad. Keep so many L's. Yeah, online, I generally keep 3 of each, like, basic rune. The ones that I can find relatively easily. And then I'll keep more of the higher runes if I get more, but generally speaking, I don't. Okay, that should be enough strength for now. More Wake of Fire. Ira. Yeah, 3 of each is usually enough to get me through on multiplayer, but at the end of each season, I literally go into free stuff games and give all of it away. Because I don't play non-ladder. Highest you got was a Vex. Vexes are used in a lot of good things. Zod is not. Zod is that thing at the very end that is interesting and can be kind of fun, but not entirely useful. There aren't any like great rune words that use it. Sure, there's good ones, but it's nothing to me right now. Vex, Jaw, Bear are the three like big ones that I kind of am excited to find. Ist is nice to find. I find too many of them to actually be excited about. I don't know why I am an magnet, but I am.
I need more.
Cham's a nice one. It's one of those that I can't recommend very often because of how rare it is. But it's got a lot of like pocket uses online because it's relatively affordable because it's not used in a lot of good rune words. But it's also one of those where it's like, and yes, we will need to get a waypoint between here and Ancients. Like actual Ancients, not Ancients Way. But online, if you're trading for stuff, it's relatively cheap, and that cannot be frozen if you drop it in a helmet is nice. Yeah, is like one of my go-to runes. I have an Vampire's Gaze for a reason. Am and Shale are also really solid, kind of really common runes that people often underestimate. They're used in a lot of good rune words, and they are relatively common, and they're good for a lot of builds. Especially if you're going solo self-found, you should hold on to them. Because Am is a great source of life leech. Want to make a paladin that is not a hammered in? Zealot is usually what I go to for that, just because it's familiar and easy. But generally speaking, Fist the Heavens Paladin is my go-to as far as casters. Now that they've made it so it's actually functional. Smiter's an odd duck. Smiter is annoying if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, the Tesladin with the Dream is really strong and really fun to play, but you have to get 2 dreams to really get much out of it. I should probably be picking up weapons for Wolf over here, but he's doing okay without it. Finding runes we can't even use yet. I need a soul rune. I thought I heard a rune drop just then, but I guess I didn't. I think it was that firing. Yeah, they are a pain in the ass to find the stuff for, unfortunately. And I heard a gem drop. Oh, it's a chipped ruby. Fight me, game. I think we're going to be hitting 30 right around the end of normal. It's fine. It's okay. Especially considering this is off hours streaming for me. If I wanted to be like the YouTuber and stream properly, I'd be streaming at about 10 a.m. my time. Ixen, whenever you have dual mosaic, is a, well, if you're actually, martial arts sin is a lot of fun if you have dual mosaic, because you can just go completely bonkers. You can run that as a kick sin with a bunch of charges. If you're talking about Dragon Tail kick sin, that is actually a lot of fun as well. You do want to find some way to break physical immunes with it. Otherwise, you're going to have a little bit of a rougher time because, well, fortunately,
Not enough mana.
the physical immunes will shut down your kick. Yeah, Dragon Tail is probably the best solo self-found kicksin. Dragon Talon is the former queen of fighting Ubers as an assassin. And now you have the charge as the Mosaic Assassin. I'm not sure if we're going to come up with a name for it relatively soon. Fireworks Assassin, I guess was what I'd call it, because you're just doing everything. But unfortunately, you need dual Mosaic to make that even like remotely viable. Otherwise, you might as well just run a Phoenix Strike Assassin and just go for the single charge up kind of approach, which is fun. The Phoenix Strike Assassin is very much doable, solo self-found, and can kill anything you run across. But she is also not exactly the most sturdy of characters. Even though we already have 400 some odd life and we're only level 27. And it's just going to keep going up from here. Why are you... There you go. Are you having trouble there, buddy? Oh, buddy, old pal. If we find a 3-socket sword, I'm going to give him a Malice. As I can. Yeah, Trapper's got a buff. And if you have -% resist effects, they are going to be competitive with, say, the Lightning Sorceress. Like, Lightning Chain Lightning. Remember when I was younger playing the first Sin ever and you tried to do a Claw Sin? Oh. That sounds like a pickle. But yeah, the Claw Assassin in Lord of Destruction was a pain in the butt. I tried it, too. It almost turned me off of playing the assassin, but traps were fun back then, at least. I do miss the early days of the expansion, though, because we actually had a lot of fun stuff. Didn't know what you were doing? Understandable. None of us do when we start playing games.
I shall prove worthy.
Shall you really prove worthy? You're so wasting this. You're wondering why I'm saying we're wasting this, is because we should be higher level when we... Because you can only go up 1 level with it. Five. I don't care if Mercenary dies. We got the real pain in the ass one down. Sadly, the one that's going to be real annoying is the Leaper, because he's going to keep jumping over our crap. Whereas Talik is just going to keep running through it. Hopefully it stays targeted on him. Yep, there you go. Talik should be down next. Taking it easy here.
I need mana.
And yeah, he's just doing short leaps now. I like all of our trap junk on the ground. Just littering area at Summit. This is going to be harder in Nightmare.
I need mana.
He's getting tired. We're wearing him out. That'd be hilarious if they actually had, like, mana limits. Ow. Letting him hit me so he stops jumping for a second. But yeah, you can tell we wasted it because it went to the exact same point on there. I miss the days when you could get multiple levels from it. I miss the days of being able to just rush people past it, but still. Because back in the day, you could actually set it up where you could save all of your ancients until you were a much higher level and then dump them all in at level 98. Which was not an uncommon strategy. Let's go more life. And Wake of Fire seems fine, and we should be good. 3 more levels and we're maxed out on Wake of Fire. We might not end up maxing it out before we start dipping into lightning, because as soon as we get into nightmare, we're dipping into lightning. That's just how we do. That way we don't have to like worry about anything like that. Now for the relatively easy part until we get to Bale. Bale's just gonna take forever. That's just the sad part of running builds like this, is they are great at clearing through like all the trash like we have here, but they don't do so well against bosses. Still fun though. Yeah, just junk up
I
here.
need mana.
I should probably be picking these up just to check for like necromancer setups, because if I do start a second character on ladder, it's going to be a necromancer. This is like the first time I've started a ladder without having a necromancer in stock.
I need mana.
I am a necromancer player, what can I say? That's probably what I'll play through all 3 games on. One doesn't have a necromancer. I'll probably play a sorcerer, but still. Usually I go bone starting out, although summoner is generally the easier one of them once you know how to kind of get through. I just like bone because it's the safest. I don't die as a bone mancer. I sometimes die as a summoner because I get easily distracted. Ooh, shiny. And yes, I am actually trying to get experience here. I would like to be level 30 before Bale, but I don't think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get close. But bone is just so simple, and whenever I come up with my rune word suggestion video, there will be a bone mancer specific rune word. Thank you, Jordan. Hopefully you are doing well today. Thank you for joining in on the stream. I'm just glad they're helpful. I will be doing probably more opinion videos in the future, but as opposed to just straight builds. You can only do so many builds. And I do want to go through and do like themed build videos where it's all the classes do a specific theme. And I have a few of those planned, but it means going through and actually creating builds that don't exist.
Not enough mana.
And the reason they don't exist is because they kind of suck. Like the Zealzon is horrible. Because you can't put it in any stabbing weapons with a shield. I suppose I could do it on a spear, but at that point I might as well be using the jabs. Warrior Princess is actually fairly solid. Yep, classic Tankzon. Though they usually go daggers for the block speed. But with the changes to the Amazon's evasion skills, where they finally don't act like dick, pardon my phrasing there, when they don't act crappy now, actually makes it a little bit more viable. Let's identify you. Maximum damage. That would actually be good if we were melee. But the change to dodge, evade, and avoid makes her a lot more viable now. As opposed to just an arduous adventure in self-flagellation.
Not enough mana.
You just started your walkthrough today? Ah. What build are you going for? Are you going through Tankzon today, or? Oh, you're talking about ladder walk. Yeah, I started late as well. I'm just kind of chilling. Yeah, I missed videos for the past about 2 months because of that kind of situation. Which has not been a pleasant thing, but I mean, it's better than not being able to walk. So, let's see. Yeah, we'll probably get level 30.
Not enough mana.
I'm guessing in the throne. As we're killing the waves of doom. And yes, I am just killing them for fun. Because actually, it probably is that way. Unless this is the exit right here. It is! Okay. We don't have to go that way. Hopefully you're feeling better now, though. Your Zon first wanted to play with the Hustle rune word a bit, and solo playthrough should be able to do that, hopefully. Yeah, Hustle's not going to be terrible to get. It's going to take some grinding unless you're lucky with rune drops, but solo self-found, not terrible to get that. Are you going for the armor or the actual bow setup? Because I think the bow is going to be better personally, but because that burst of speed, it's basically an upgraded harmony. Especially since you have that one thing in fanaticism that can help your mercenary along as well. The fanaticism aura on it is not overpowered, but it is helpful. It covers a lot of attack speed gaps. So you can get something like Faith. Where did my... Oh, where is the last one? There is somebody still alive in here. There you are. Ha 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 ha.
Not enough mana.
The runes for Hustle I don't have memorized right now. Where did they run off? They did. Where are you at? You really... That's like an inconvenient spot for me. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need my mercenary for him. I always forget that he is fire immune. Because it's like, I barely run fire at this point. Until I have, like, Sunder and stuff like that. Okay, so while we're here, let's go ahead and get him some weapons. Really, our only choice is just garbage and garbage? Sure, we'll do garbage and garbage. Yeah, it's not terribly hard to get. I remember that it's kind of like mid-Rooney kind of thing. Hey, Wolf, welcome back. Here's some swords for you.
I'll put that to good use.
They're garbage, but they're better than nothing. Jelko Eld? Yeah, that's easy enough to get. That's garbage. That I'll actually keep. That's not a bad charm. That can go away, and we'll see if we can get rid of the other strength charm. Although it gives us resist, so that's one's not a waste. Yeah, we can get rid of it if we need to. I might do that later. If I was 30, I could have gotten Death Sentry, but I would have had to actually been going for it for a while. Okay. And yes, I am right-clicking him because online it's just easier. And yes, we will need a good chunk of mana potions for the actual Bale fight. Hey, he moved out. Come here. Up here, mercenary. Deal with him. Yeah, I always forget that he is fire immune. I know that he's fire immune in Hell and Nightmare, but that's entirely different beast. And now we do the easy part. Well, besides mercenary herding, but... Tuck, why are they running up there to him? Actually a little bit frustrating. They are running away up onto Bell's stairs, which is not super common for me. Usually when they run away, they run top left for me. And Mercenary might die here, it's fine. I can heal him, though.
I need mana.
This is one of the reasons why Trap Assassin is so easy to do this with. You never really have to see your opponent. You can see these guys would take a little while to kill if we were like up there trying to tank them, but you can literally lazy away down here and just cast. And did Mercenary just went up and baited him? Okay, let's see how many survived.
Not enough mana.
Enough of them to be a problem. If they kill Mercenary, I don't care. In fact, it probably makes life a little easier on me. There's our level. Right on Lister. Yeah, relatively easy to do. Let's see. But yeah, I don't have the new rune words memorized off the top of my head. I am bad at memorizing things. Do I start going down here right now? Probably should. Because that'll be this level. Then we get Den of Evil. Then it is another level and another level Death Sentry. Because Death Sentry is going to help us through night. And we are going to need to start getting into Lightning Sentry and get that up and running full tilt.
The World Stone. What power.
Oh, he's very aggro. Okay. Vale, I can get rid of your tentacles in one shot. Wow, we're at a standoff here because he's just at the wrong spot for that pillar. There you go. And generally, the clone does not live very long against traps. Simply because, yeah, it comes in with half the life of the actual Vale. You did Lightson, Light Trap Assassin, or Light Martial Arts? Because the Lightning Claws of Thunder is actually a fairly decent martial arts skill. Light Trap, yeah. Light Trap is good. And I think a lot of people sleep on just how good Shockweb is in normal. Yay, terrorize things spawn in this difficulty. We could do some leveling. Did we get another? No, we didn't. This is a Crush Flange. I was about to say, my brain was farting and I was like, did we really? We did not. Ugh. Yeah, that's how easy normal is. If you just kind of go through relaxed. Anything else good in here? Not really. You're impressed. I'm not going to go through that red portal. It'll do it on its own. So, do we have... Yeah, we have plenty of time to go do Needle Attack. Might as well. Although we probably... we need to talk to Ashira still. We need to go kill Blood Raven. We could do some cleanup if we wanted to. I know I don't usually do all the quests. But we should do a little bit of Nightmare as well today to try and get a broadsword to get him to socket. And yes, I do recommend broadsword instead of... We don't care that much. But we should do a broadsword instead of crystal sword just because it's easier to guarantee you'll get those 4 sockets. It's the only reason. Let's see. Yeah, we're saving those in case we start another character. This can go in here. And those are getting sold. That's just going to be gem stack. Probably end up selling most of those. Anything worthwhile in here? Doubtful, but we'll check nonetheless. Okay, so we need to, at the very least, deal with Illy Boy here. And I always forget the pathfinding trick for him. So we may end up 4-weighing this one. Better than lore for this build until you start getting into like the Shaco and the Griffins and stuff like that. Nothing. Lore is just a good +1 skills, lightning resist. It's just kind of a good go-to for the trap assassin. Until you start getting more plus skills from circlets and stuff like that, I just stick with lore.
Not enough mana.
Because it's just how it is. You don't really get too many benefits from anything else. Peasant Crown is good as well. Although it's kind of hit or miss as to whether you should be using it over lore. Depends on your resists. And of course, if you have, say, an Ort rune to put in your Peasant Crown, you're going to be better off with Peasant Crown. Beyond that, it's not terribly a bad helmet. Corruption begins fade. Hey, we got the wrong one. I'm usually on the lookout for Am and Soul. But we can use that later. Fire Shrine, yay. Teach me to feed shrines. That's the only negative shrine in this game. That's one thing I do miss about Diablo 1. You actually had to think about what shrine you were clicking on. Although I still clicked on them willy-nilly and ended up not necessarily screwing myself over, but ending up not being able to equip a bow for one time. Because it dropped my dexterity down. It was sad. You always clicked on them? It's hard not to, they're shiny! Who doesn't click on the shiny button? Especially the one that says do not touch. Always press all the buttons. As what makes life worth living. You any good? It's an extra slot on my belts. But what we have is slightly better because the lightning resist. Yeah, you don't know what the button does until you press it. I mean, it tells you what it does, but these buttons be labeled. But I don't look at the label before I press them. Although Fire Shrine is pretty ambiguous. If you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna definitely be a surprise. Because you generally run into exploding shrines before you get Fire Shrines. It's like, oh, upgraded version. Nope. Upgraded pain. I forgot to sell those. We'll sell them later. This is not the right way. But it's easy enough. And it's free XP. Because we are somewhat underleveled. I think we... I don't know if we actually have Terra Zones yet in this. When am I planning to go on Nightmare? I can go right now. I'm not really bothered by it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, eh.
I need mana.
I'm probably just going to clean up the quest here, go to Nightmare, and start looking for a broadsword. If I find a white broadsword down here, it should be high enough level for me to get it socketed, but technically, if we find a green amulet, it's high enough level for it to be a Tal Rasha's amulet. While I don't like trading, might be tempting to do to get basic stuff for this character. I get an ort? Not an ort. A soul for Tal Rasha's amulet. What I find really sad is the only time I've ever actually found the Tal Rasha's in normal was as a druid. So, yeah, it's pretty rare. It's not a super common thing. No, I can't be arsed to look at the paintings on the wall. I know that's how you're supposed to tell which way he is, but eh. I am well aware of the how and the why. Doesn't mean I have to do. But for most, like, starter players, I would recommend waiting until your 40s to go into Nightmare difficulty, just because it makes life a lot easier on you. I hate trading. I mean, I don't ever, like, request things that go against trading. Trading is an important aspect of a lot of games, and it does help keep the community active. I just hate the act of doing it in a lot of games where it's just like, oh, we're here to just sit around yelling at each other. Want WTS this, WTV that, WTCC. WTN Chicago. I don't know. Yeah, we killed him.
You dark mages are all alike, obsessed with power.
At least in stuff like Eve, you had like a marketplace where you could just dump it on there. A lot of MMOs have marketplaces for just that reason. Having to sit around screaming at people feels like it's kind of disrespecting time. Time is not something any of us have too much of. You know? Go ahead and sell those. Stock up on potions, go kill
What do you need?
Blood Raven, I guess, and then head off into Nightmare? Because we still got time. Yeah, we got time. Let's see. Anything good there? Nope. And yes, I could upgrade that, but... Sorry for coughing in the mic there. Didn't get to the thing in time. That, we need full column, and then we'll go with 3 of those. Just so we have more room to pick up stuff. Currently not doing too great on charms. Normally I'd be a little better off by now. Let's see. She's going to be Cold Plains. Near a corner. And I will always forget to cast Burst of Speed just because Burst of Speed. I am bad about not pre-buffing. Because generally it's not necessary unless you're trying to zip along fast. Is that could be... This could be it. Not going to the middle. And this is going to be it. Oh, that's Stony Field. Is that really the middle? Hey, yeah, it is, actually. I didn't feel like I had run that far. This is not giving me much experience, but... I mean, I might as well murder them. I had to grenade them last time I was through. But yeah, she's always going to be on a kind of corner.
Whose handiwork lies buried here?
It doesn't remain buried for long. And then we are done. I think that's every single quest done. I mean, we could go talk to Ashira to clear that one off. She'd say, more of my Iron Wolves are available. Nonsense. Good. Probably should go talk to Anya so it doesn't bug up, but it's fine. It's relaxing. Knocking out some enemies. Bye. There you go. Bye.
Hello again, out.
We'll resurrect you. Let's see. Yeah, we should talk to her. So it doesn't become a problem.
You have stopped. You.
It'll personalize an item for us. Yay. I don't use that anymore. Make like a tree, make like a bush. And yeah, we actually, the first stream I did for coming back to the ladder late was actually invaded because I made a stupid password on it that was super easy to guess. And I kind of felt bad for not acknowledging the person that was in there, but I forgot to put this in Nightmare. We could do normal cows for the sword as well. I'll probably do that for a pole arm or a bow.
Well,
Although they won't drop 4-socket in. Good there. Yep. But they can drop 4-socket here. So we'll keep an eye out for broadswords. We can pick up crystal swords and check on them, but until then,
they'll never see me coming.
guys aren't fire immune yet. And yes, Act 5 normal will give a ton more experience. Here's our level up. But yeah, it's just because the levels for Act 5 are just all out of whack. I was hoping that would be further away. We're just running it. And obviously, with this setup, it's going to be a lot easier to do Den of Evil because they'll aim for us. Yep. And the reason I'm not doing my stats just yet is because I don't want to waste this shrine. Otherwise, I probably would have.
Not enough money.
That's done. But yeah, this is so much easier whenever you have your traps set up and going. And as soon as this goes away, I'll probably do my stats. And if I miss some, all I have to do is run back and drop traps in the places that are kind of like, oh, this might have been it. Pretty soon we'll have lightning and stuff going as well, which should make any immunities we run across that much easier.
Not enough money.
Yeah, Trap Assassin, probably one of the best starter classes in the game. If you're new to the game, you're just trying to get through and trying to do your thing, Trap Assassin is a go-to. One thing I do think if they were to design this in modern day setups, I think they would have had it kill X number of monsters rather than kill all the monsters.
The rogue's test is done.
Let's grab you. Gives us another skill point. We'll grab it in just a minute. I think we're almost out of the shrine, though. But better not waste it entirely. Because, yeah, that's gotten us half a level just since getting it. and it's relatively easy to run through. I am trying to keep a little bit of a lookout for broadswords, and there went our thing. So let's go ahead and find a quiet spot. Maybe even go kill Graveyard so we can actually do our
I need mana.
stats and skills. Goodbye, foes. So much easier to deal with. And yeah, number of belt slots is probably the most important thing for me for a caster, even more so than resists. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but it just makes life so much easier whenever you have all the belt slots that you don't have to keep carrying an inventory full of potions to go through an area.
Whose handiwork lies buried here?
Didn't we just hear her say that?
Not enough mana.
Hey, Bloodraven, you're actually challenging now. Hey, we got the laser one. She must have gotten some fire resist gear on. Because normally she doesn't take this many grenades. Of course, we're under level still. Hey, Bloodraven, you need to stop. She's just running in circles. She won't stop moving. There you go. Thank you for finally dying. It is appreciated. Your death will go completely in vain because that was a pointless
What I
quest.
kill stays
Pointless quest. Sorry.
dead. Hello.
Okay, more vitality. Go ahead and start moving down this way. We now have Lightning Sentry. That's probably going to start becoming our main focus of points for a while. Lightning Sentry, Charge Bolt Sentry. Get those kind of maxed out. We could reset our stats and go straight into Lightning right now, but it's... until I get Insight, it's going to be a bit of a pain. And also, due to this thing's level, we can't get it up to 20 yet anyway. Once you can get that up to 20, it's pretty damn powerful. So we'd need to be level 43 to do that. Because it's level -1. Because you get it at that level. Still no still no soul. Still negative resist. We can deal with that. What am I missing? There was something I was going to do. We can go rescue Kane. We have time for that, yeah. There's something I am forgetting to do, and I don't remember what it is. Hence, forgetting what to do. And yes, I am checking the time because when I go over 2 hours, I know that I will be in trouble for most of the rest of the evening. Let's see. I kind of wish I had an affiliate link for Diablo because I always notice that they're on sale. It's like, hey, I could send people that way.
I need mana.
But yeah, I think they might still be on sale from the Valentine's sale. Could be wrong though. For the most part, due to our nature of being far away from things, we don't have to worry about being in over our heads as far as levels go. It's on sale on Switch too. Sweet. I didn't think to check if I had a Humble Bundles link. I'm not super sold on playing it on console, but it would be if I had the money, I would get it just for the sake of doing some tests on it to kind of corroborate some of the commentary on it. Because unfortunately, I don't have a console version. But I've heard a lot of complaints about it, and I would like to be able to like test them personally so I can verify them and stuff. Good on console, especially for only $13. Yeah. I'm kind of weary with how many sales Blizzard has been doing. I think they're trying to flush their catalog before the acquisition. And the acquisition isn't finalized. It's just they have agreed to it between themselves, but regulatory committees still have to approve it due to the size of the companies. I need the waypoint. I'm going to put a town portal here. Considering where the stones were, it could be anywhere. Because normally it's like opposite it. I'm going to go get a flawless gem, actually. Still relatively close. What flawless do we have? We've got regular skull. We've got flawless topazes. That's it. I'll go P topaz. Oh, you missed a chunk of it. It's still got a while left. We beat normal difficulty. We're just kind of chilling along. Hopefully you're doing all right, Hillen. I'm going to organize these real quick because it's going to bother me if I don't. Diamond, emerald, ruby. As sorry, I felt compelled to organize. Oh, and right by the waypoint. Sweet. Just can't believe the weekend is already over. Did you hear Diablo clone walked North America? Does not surprise me. There have been people who have been playing pretty much since the ladder dropped. So that doesn't surprise me. And why? Ah, Lord. This is the biggest danger. And it's not my internet, oddly enough. It is the servers. My internet's doing fine currently. In fact, we're actually streaming above target. We've had 0 dropped frames. One of the few times where it's probably actually coming across on the YouTube end fairly nicely. And that's good to hear that you're doing fine. But I started late, so I'm not going to be able to farm declone anyway. Lemrune followed by Laying of Hands. Apparently your stream is good luck. That's what I've been told. Oddly enough. Had a few people find Stones of Jordans while listening. Had a few people find high runes like Jaws and Bears. It's streamer luck. It just doesn't apply to me. Although I do find things like low runes on stream a lot. A lot more than I do whenever I'm playing just by myself. But yeah, Lemrune, pretty solid pickup. Let's go ahead and drop in. Actually, I want it to.
I need mana.
Hopefully you find more stuff as well. Lemlet, you finally start using your mercenary. Yay!
I need mana.
What'd you end up putting on your mercenary? Or is it just for gold? Yes, I do. It's back issues. I've had back issues for years, but they got really bad for a while there. But that's why I generally aim to stream just 2 hours. And that's one reason why I don't do like marathon 18-hour streams. A treachery, don't really need one since you're rocking Javas on. Ah, yeah, treachery is great for mercenaries. I should use it more on my actual characters, but really don't anymore. Oh, that's fine. It's part of getting old. I mean, if it's any consolation, my uncle was dead by my age, so it's not really like I am that bad off for my family. So, yippee-ki-yay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just keep murdering stuff here. And I have forgotten what our entrance path was, so I'm just kind of going blind. I think we might be going the wrong way, though. I would say the only thing worse than back problems is teeth problems. Oddly enough. I hope I live a long life, too. Or at least a fulfilling one. But yeah, back problems are really bad. So are migraines. Those I've only had once or twice, thankfully. Well, I've had them more than once or twice, but I've only had them at small bursts. Probably the way I should phrase that. There was a time back in 2000s, would have been 2015, where I had a bunch of migraines, and then before that it would have been back whenever my foot got crushed. Yeah, I'll take back pain over migraines anyway, because with back pain, I can still lay down and do stuff. With migraines, you just don't want to exist. Same for teeth. Tooth pain is awful, because there's not much they can do about it. It's just straight nerve pain right up by your brain. It's the same reason why migraines are such a pain in the ass. Well, we found the tree. He did not last long. It did not mirror what our normal... You had one for after you were concussed as a kid? Yeah. There's a few different types of migraines, too. Some are not as bad as others. Ouch, William. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the combo would be awful.
How has this tree
'Cause
escaped corruption?
I would imagine the meds that you take for one do not really go well with the other. Hey, Incarnation, how's it going? Yeah, I was debating taking Sunday off, but I actually want to get to streaming 2 hours every day. Even if it's not a consistent time of day, I want to get back to doing streaming consistently. So I'll definitely be streaming somewhere at least 2 hours a day. I won't always be on this channel. See?
I can't carry anymore.
I keep forgetting to keep an eye out for the swords. You have one this afternoon? Congratulations. Hopefully it goes well. It's 10 a.m. there. I figured. It's getting late here. Why did I drink a potion there? I just have it, I guess. I'm looking for the waypoint if you're wondering why I didn't just go straight back and get Kane. I had a hamburger. With jalapenos, cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and I think that was it. Pickles. Had pickles on it. I'm a pickle fiend. But yeah, it's... I am almost 12 hours apart from Incarnation here. So... Next hit delay works in terms of what skills martial arts assassins can use and win. It's main thing to worry about. It doesn't need to be like super complicated to understand it. Fists of Fire, Blades of Ice, perfectly fine. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Paws of Thunder, The last two skills, if your attacks are less than 4 frames, well, actually, if your attacks are 4 frames or less apart, then they will cancel out the next lower level one. So you'll only get, like, say, the Nova damage or the Charge Bolt damage, not both. Phoenix Strike is the same way. Charge 2 and Charge 3 are always going to be having that same 4-frame delay, which is 1/6 of a second, roughly. A little bit off from that. But if your attacks are too close, you won't be doing damage with all of it. That's why, if you're going for, like, optimal damage with the Mosaic Assassin, you want to run level 1 Phoenix Strike, because the Meteor has no next delay on it. It's fine. It'll just do damage every single hit. You want level 1 Phoenix Strike, ticking around you, just the 1 orb. You want 3 Blades of Ice for the splash cold damage. This does not have next delay. It causes freezing, and it's just amazing. You have Claws of Thunder has next delay, and it's going to be your only next delay thing on here. So you just charge it up to 3. It will release both the Nova and the Charge Bolt whenever you strike because of how the mechanics of it work. So you'll end up just with, if one of them hits, it'll deal its damage. Chances are you won't be stacking them very much. Fist of Fire we avoid whenever we're doing the charge up Martial Arts Assassin because it changes your damage type to fire. It converts physical damage to fire, which reduces the ability to use Cobra Strike, which is actually really good for the build. Cobra Strike is going to be just 1 point wonder in it. You get a bunch of life and mana steel. You keep 3 charges of it, so you can get that maxed out. And you just keep yourself topped off using that. And Tiger Strike will increase your physical damage, so you keep 3 stacks of that. If you're using Dragon Talon, you're more likely to run into next delay because you will be attacking very fast, and generally you want to aim for 4 or faster frames per attack. So you will be sacrificing some of your Claws of Thunder damage. If you're using Dragon Tail, however, you can mix all this up all you want. You're not going to be running into next delay. You're not going to be running into any problems with it. You're not going to get down to that 4 frames with Dragon Tail. But at the same time, you're not going to be doing as many hits. I wouldn't say Assassin is complicated so much as buggy for me. She's got a lot of bugs. Otherwise, it's literally just you're combining. It's making a sandwich. When am I going to switch builds and why? Level 56, I'm still using Wake of Fire, but you're dreading switching out of it. Kill speed is just great. Honestly, around 56, you can swap out of it. I could swap out at the earliest at 43, so I can get Lightning Sentry up to 20. But you need 1 Death Sentry, 20 Lightning Sentry, and then as much synergies as you feel comfortable with before swapping out. So, like right now, I have a bunch of points to kind of mess with. So I know that I could get 20 if I was high enough level, but I'm not. If you're really, really unsure about it, wait until you get a Crescent Moon, which is going to give you -% resist if you're on the online, on ladder. Currently, the hotfix has not been made available to single player, so don't swap over on single player until you have enough to get that and some synergies. As far as other skills, I literally don't mess too much with other skills for a Trapsin. It's not really worth it. Yes, people will be mad at me saying, oh, but what about Mind Blast? Mind Blast is fun for PvP. Into Burst of Speed? Not for this build. For a Kixen, yes. For this build, no. For this build, I'm just like, I'm fine with it where it's at. Because I'm using a short staff. If I was using a slow weapon, yes, I would swap it out. Speaking of slow weapons, I actually should have kept a 3-socket Crystal Sword. So I could make a Crescent Moon in it. But we haven't really been good luck whenever it comes to runes. Let's go take out a little bit of pain over here. A little bit of cane pain. But yeah, it's best to think... I don't know why I put traps there. Habit, I guess. But it's a little bit of just a... Assassin is building a sandwich. You choose what you want to build it out of. For trap assassins, you're usually going Lightning Sentry, Death Sentry. and that's your main with Fire Blast as support. That's your 3-part build up. It's one of the few classes that ends up with multiple skills. Because like Blizzorb, you have 2 skills and teleport. Hydra Orb, you have 2 skills and teleport. Blessed Hammerden, you generally have Smite, Hammer, and teleport. The Assassin's complication just comes from you have more
Tristram,
stacks on your
first
sandwich.
to fall to Diablo's wrath.
Necromancer, you have your summons. Or you have your bones. And in JSP, you realize you're 30 minutes late to a declone walk, then roll your first Hellforge off the ladder, and that's a Lum rune. Lum's not terrible. You can do stuff with Lum runes. Not amazing stuff, but you can do stuff. Oh, he's fire enchanted, so he's not going to be an easy one to take down. Let's go rescue Kane.
I need mana.
Yep. Lum gives smoke, which is a solid piece of armor. It's not end game, but it's definitely solid mid game. Oh, I'm casting Burst of Speed instead of traps. There you go. He's going to take about 1.5 years to die, so I'm not going to bother with him.
Kane, go to the rogue camp. Not enough mana.
I think I might be... Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit. I just saw the ping jump up. But it's not on my end, is the really weird thing. It's the servers. Yeah, it's Nephilim. Hey, Kane, how you doing? Imagine a bunch of people could make use of that.
You have risen.
I'm not super quick on clipping, but I might. I try to include that stuff in the build videos too. But obviously not in quite as long of a thing. Do I really want that? No. Do I want that? No. If it was a little bit higher damage, yes, but no. If it was like 4, I would. I will try to remember to clip it. I'm bad at remembering that stuff. Let's go ahead and finish off Wake of Fire. We only have one more level. Go with a little bit of Vitalita. Didn't find our 4-socket stuff. It's fine. Then I think tomorrow we'll just start our way through Nightmare. Seems fine to me. I mean, I'm not really... Unless people want to watch me farm cows or something like that. I don't really have anything I need to go back to normal for. Ay, ay, ay. No.
Good. Hi there. What can I do for you?
Want me to go get your malice, I know. Yeah, tomorrow we'll just do some tower stuff like that. I might. I actually need to find the sword for it first, so I'm not gonna slow my roll just for it. But it is, if you're struggling or something like that, definitely farm up for it. I should probably resurrect Dingus. Wolfman. Got 2 wolves. But no. Right now, I'd like to get a soul for a lore, because right now we're using this. But, yeah, our gear is not high-end. We literally have a Magic Find amulet. He is equipped in that and that for now. So, he's just doing his thing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to like. If you'd like to join in on future streams, be sure to subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.